What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, y'all? What's going on? It's your host, Steezy A. Smith with Press Sports. And today I got what we're going to call from here on a VIG. And for those of you who aren't familiar with that term, it stands for a very important guest joining me. So before I introduce our guest, I'd be remiss not to mention the fact that as users of the app know, we want to feature athletes and users on the app who have a story to tell. That being said, and for our first featured interview, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Florida, sophomore sensation baseball pitcher Austin Woodbury. How you doing, Austin?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling great. Yourself?
I'm doing great, man. This is a beautiful morning in
Beautiful
Florida.
morning.
Yeah, it's nice.
Were you able to get in a practice session or anything this morning?
Yeah, I had this morning I went to the field. Woke up pretty early this morning. Woke up at 9:00. Went to the field with my friend. Threw long toss. Did some velocity. I'm working on some velocity killers that I've been doing. It's been I'm throwing high 70s right now, and I should be throwing a little bit harder, I think. So I've been working some velocity killers. Been doing some drills to work on that. I went to a pitching coach the other day. He's been giving me some drills to do, and I've been doing those drills. And then after that, me and my friend head over to this gym right down the road called Venom Fitness. Check it out in Florida, Osprey, Florida. And it's a great gym. We go there, we do some leg workouts, deadlifts, stuff like that, box jumps. We also work on some Verlander drills that he does for pitching. We do that, and then that's practically our day. We just get out of the way and do whatever we want, so we don't waste our time lounging around and stuff like that. So really, that's all.
It sounds like an action-packed day. I mean, I'm kind of just getting up. I'm over here on the West Coast, and so I'm looking at myself like, damn, he got all that done in this short amount of time. So hey, good for you, bro. Keep putting in that work. But to kind of kick things off, Austin, I wanted to ask you, bro. You started playing baseball at the age of 5 while playing T-ball. So who do you attribute as a person mainly responsible for, influencing or really even giving you the idea of playing baseball at such a young age?
Off the top of my head, I would have to go definitely my dad. My brother and my dad. My brother is 5 years older than me, so he was already into travel and stuff like that. So I kind of looked up to my brother. I wanted to work. I always worked hard with my brother. I always looked up to him. My dad, he was like, whatever you want to do, you do. Like, if you want to play baseball, you want to play football. I mean, it's your life. You can do whatever you want. I'll support you, this and that. Definitely 100% my dad, for sure, number one. Number two, definitely my brother. 100%.
Brother. And that's crazy that you say that, but I mean, for me, I'm a basketball football guy primarily now, but growing up as a kid, baseball was actually my first sport, was my first love. And guess who introduced it to me? My pops. And so I think it was when I was a kid, I had gotten hit with a fastball straight to my eye. And ever since then, I hadn't played. So so I think when we were doing the baseball top 10 at number 9, I compared you to Emmanuel Hansel. I don't know if you had a chance to hear that, but I was just like, yo, this guy's play on the field, it's so inspirational. It reminds me of Emmanuel Hansel. And
Dude, yeah, he is gross. It is just, he drives past kids, he's like dunks on him, like, he just.
Yeah, my jaw's dropping. I'm just like, how is he doing this?
Right.
I mean,
I always tell my dad, I'm like, dude, I can't wait. I hope he goes somewhere. Like, I saw he got an offer from Tennessee a while back. I hope he goes somewhere, and I hope they treat him good. I hope he just skyrockets and just goes to NBA, because, dude, I would watch him 24/7. He needs to go to the Miami Heat is what he needs to do.
Hey, don't get me excited now. Don't get me excited because hey, he's a hooper. I know for a fact, bro. He's gotten D1 offers. He's gotten so many looks. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think he's actually already committed. So he definitely has, a school that he's set to play for in the coming years. And who knows, maybe he does make it to the NBA. And if he does end up playing for my Miami Heat, shoot, I'm not gonna complain, man. I'm not gonna complain.
I hope he goes far, man. I really do. I always talk to my friends about it. I'm like, dude, he needs to go somewhere. Like, that'd be sweet. I look up to him a little bit. I'm like, dude, if I could do that, that'd be crazy.
Bro, and as you should. I mean, he's over here just establishing his own lane. And so for you to, to kind of look at him as an inspiration, bro, you're going to make it as far as he did. Maybe even further. Just, keep grinding and keep shining.
Yes, sir.
But Austin, so we're going to move on now. I want to talk about some of your inspirations, some of your idols in life. I think you kind of talked about Jim Abbott earlier today. So if you wanted to kind of touch on him, if you wanted to touch on anyone else, but I'm just curious, are there any other athletes, maybe even your parents, people, celebrities, anyone, you can name anyone, any inspirations of anybody else that you look up to?
Definitely Jim Abbott for sure. Emmanuel Hansel and Shaquem Griffin. You definitely know Shaquem.
Team Griffin,
That,
yeah,
that is my dog.
it's
I
my
love.
boy.
He has really been peaking, like for sure. Like I never heard about him until he went to what was
To
his
the
college?
Seahawks. Oh, I'm blanking.
Yeah,
Did he go to the same college
it
as
was.
his brother?
He.
UCF.
Yep, you're UCF. There you
Yeah,
go.
UCF.
So he went to UCF, and that's when I started hearing about it. I was like, no way! Like this kid's playing with one hand. He's a safety.
Mhm.
I'm like, what? And so I started like watching him and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then I saw he went to the NFL Combine. He was like bench pressing 250. He was like repping it out with his prosthetic. I was like, oh my god, like what is this guy? Like he's a freaking monster. And then he went to the Seahawks. I was like, let's go. Like that is awesome. Like he definitely deserved 100%. He's always working. I know he is. Like,
Mhm.
and so him and definitely Jim Abbott for sure. Jim Abbott has been my idol since couple long time, pretty long time, and I always remember him throwing a no hitter. I actually have a poster right here. Here, let me see if I can take it off.
Okay.
Oh, I actually have this right here. He actually sent it to me in the mail.
Jim Abbott did.
Yeah, he sent me this
Wow.
picture right here of the day he threw the no hitter, and he
Uh-huh.
signed it. It said to Austin, to Jim Abbott, and then what does it say? He said anything is possible for your fan, Jim Abbott, Yankees no hitter, and then he sent me two baseball cards of when he played for the Los Angeles Angels, and he
Uh-huh.
signed those two, and then he sent me a handwritten letter from Jim Abbott. He sent me in the mail 2017. Came home, and my dad was like, "Look on the counter." I was like, "What is this?" And I opened the envelope, and all these. I was like, "No way!" It's on my dad's Facebook, but I was like, "Dude." Like what? I was so shocked. So we had to go get it framed and everything. And so I've been having it hung up in my room. And he's my idol for sure. Like I have his book as well in my drawer over there. But I always look up to him. Like him throwing a no hitter and him playing for my favorite team, the Yankees. Oh yeah, he's the best.
Well, Austin, I mean, why not plug yourself real quick? Let the fans know where to find you on the Press Sports app. Like, what's your username on there? And to all the people out there listening, please be sure to fan up my man Austin right here. Like I said, he was featured. Actually, I don't even know if I mentioned this yet, but he was featured in our top 10 baseball plays for the month of April. So if you guys want to check that out, be sure to download not only the Press Sports app, but once you do that, please be sure. And Austin, give out your handle.
My username for Press Sports is woodbury.austin99.
Mhm.
I got two Instagrams. One's technically just for baseball, and then one's my actual account. It'll be Woodbury underscore Austin99 is my regular Instagram, and then my baseball account Instagram is Austin99, but the N in Austin is the N for 90, and then my Twitter is also the same thing as that is Austin99 with the N. That's in Austin. It's the N in 99. And,
Okay, bet. I remember going through your Press Sports profile, and I remember just seeing the number 99, the number 99, the number 99. Anytime you'd be, playing baseball for your travel team, and so in my mind, I was just like, I know a few athletes, who use that number. JJ Watt comes to mind. Aaron Donald, I believe, is 99 or
yep.
90. Yeah, 99. Yeah, I'm tripping for a little bit, but yeah, and I was just like, but I never really seen nobody in baseball, use that or have that number, and so I was just like, I gotta ask this kid, why is he wearing number 99? But you kind of just told us, you kind of just told me your story. And so, I really appreciate that. And Austin, I just want to say, although it's been a couple of years, our deepest of condolences here from the Press Sports family. I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, no,
Um,
you're good.
you said it was your uncle, right?
Yeah, it was my uncle.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I know he'd be a very proud man
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Um,
I know he's always looking up after me.
mhm.
I know he's always looking up, right? for sure.
Definitely. Definitely, bro. Okay, well, Austin, well, a couple more questions here before we do wrap things up. We talked about you being featured in our top 10 for Press Sports in the month of April. And so when we dropped our top 10, you actually landed at number 9, where you absolutely blasted a home run. So upon seeing that, tell me, what were your reactions, thoughts to being featured in the top 10? And when are we going to see you in the top 10 next?
Dude, I was extremely like shocked. Like I'm always looking at press boards, looking at their posts, just like updating, see other kids how they're doing, stuff like that. And I saw press sports DM'd me, and then they also tagged me in a post. I was like, "What's this?" So I looked at it. It was a picture of me on the side, and then you see like my name at number 9. I was like, "No way!" I was like, "You got to be kidding!" So I reposted it on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. I was posting it everywhere. I was showing my dad. He's like, "Dude, that's sweet." I sent it to my brother, and like everything. I was just like, I was going nuts because I was like, "This app, like." No, people have been seeing me, but they haven't been like out there. Like how press sports is getting me like way out there. And like after that video blew up, it got way out there. People are DMing me, adding me, like following me, like texting me, like you're such an inspiration, like stuff like that. And I was like, dude, this is like living the dream. Like this is really helping me out. Like I'm so glad like that video like blew up and like people are seeing how I'm doing.
Hey, like we talked about, bro, it's the fruits of your labor, finally being brought out there, and it's you're getting this exposure, and over here at Press Sports, but we couldn't be any more happier. Like we talked about at the beginning, like I alluded to at the top of the show, we're trying to focus on guys or on athletes, not just guys, excuse me, but we're trying to focus on athletes who have a unique story to tell, and I truly believe that you definitely fit that description, and so man, I can't stress this enough, but Austin, keep going.
Yes,
I
sir.
do want to see you in the next top 10. So definitely be
Oh,
sure
yeah.
to, keep putting in the work, but which I know you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Um, and we kind of touched on this earlier, but if there's anything else you wanted to add, definitely feel free to do so. But what would you say to another person who was born with one hand, but then they start to look at him or herself in the mirror and say, I can't play sports because of my condition? What would you say to somebody who kind of is stuck or who thinks somewhere along that mindset?
I I would kind of just like tell them like just because God made us different, it doesn't mean we can't do certain things. Like there's a lot of things that people can't do in life, but it's kind of just up here. It's like in your mindset. Like if you're gonna think that way, then it's not gonna happen. But if you think on the positive side, like dude, I can do this. Like I can hit the ball. Like I can throw the ball. Like anything, like if you put it's your mindset, like you got to clear that mindset, you got to have a positive mindset first. That's the first thing you have to do. Like when I thought I couldn't do things, like can't is not my vocabulary. I will never use the word can't. I will never say I can't do something. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and I will do it some way, somehow, and I'll find a way. And that's just my mindset. Like I'm gonna keep pushing until I get it done, and that's just like the first thing you have to do. You gotta have a positive mindset. If you don't have a positive mindset, you're not gonna get really far in life at all. Whether you have one hand or two hands, that's just how
There
life
you
is.
go.
And it's really the mindset, and then two, working. You got to push yourself. If you're not pushing yourself and you're like, oh, well, I'll do it later, or I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll eventually get it done, you're going to keep pushing that back and back and back more and more, and it's never going to get done. That's why when I wake up in the morning, I get that stuff done out of the way. So I'm not lounging around throughout the day. And I'm like, oh, well, I'll do it later. Oh, well, I'll end up getting in the gym. Oh, let me finish this game. I'll do it later. No, get it done out of the way. And then you have the rest of the day to do whatever you want. And that's really the top two things I would think of is positive mindset and push yourself. Just push yourself and just do the best you can. If somehow can't do something, it's all right. Move on and keep trying, or move on to something else that betters you. Just that's how I think it, and it's really pushed me and got me really far in life.
Music to my ears. Austin, are you sure you're not a motivational speaker by chance? I mean, with the way that you're kind of giving out game over here, I feel like I'm listening to a motivational speech. I mean, me personally, when I hit the gym, when I'm in the car, instead of listening to music, every so often, I'm listening to a motivational speech, and some of
Right.
the things that just came out of your mouth, I feel like just you don't usually hear, like I talked about earlier, from sophomores in high school. So Bro, Austin, your mindset, you're where you're at mentally right now. I think you're at a different level. You know what I mean? And definitely make sure it stays that way. Like I said, your future's bright, bro. So, but last question here. And you know what they say about time flies when you're having fun. So,
Right.
Austin, we are gonna wrap it up with this question. You're a verified user on the app. So, what's
Mhm.
the best part about it, and why should other athletes use Press Sports
The best part about like being verified, or best part about being on Press Sports?
on Press Sports?
The best part of being on Press Sports, you interact with so many people that are like you, or like play
Mhm.
your sport, or just kind of like look at you, like look up to you. Like there's a lot of people that are on Press Sports, and I'm like, dude, they need to keep working. Like they're pushing themselves, and they just like me. They keep pushing themselves like that. They a lot of I've interacted and fanned up a lot of people. They fanned up me up a lot. They all play baseball. They all like have the mindset I have. Like just Press Sports, it's kind of shocked me how far it's gotten me, because like it helps a lot. It's interacted me with a lot of people. It's gotten me out to like kids from all across the world, the country, like everything. Like a lot of people have been hearing about me, and it's really helped like get me out there a lot. But yeah, that's really like it. Like yeah.
Okay, bet, bro. Well, speaking of the Press Sports app, before we do go though, Austin, I want to give you a chance to kind of not just shout out your socials, not just shout out your Press Sports app, but any last words for the fans and for the audience, any last things that you want to put out there?
Um Nothing really, just stay focused, like keep going no matter what. If someone tells you you can't do it, prove them wrong. That's one thing I'll let you guys know. I have these customized shirts I got like a couple months ago, and me and my dad came up with this slogan. It's called PEW. It's like P.E.W, and it stands for something. And the P stands for prove, the E stands for everyone, and W stands for wrong. So it means prove everyone wrong. And that's kind of my slogan, my motivation. And it kind of pushes me, because there's a lot of people, like there's a couple people at my high school, there's coaches at my high school that think I can't do things, and like I end up doing them, and I kind of just like look back at it, I kind of just like smirk and like chuckle a little bit, like you guys said I couldn't do it, and I just proved you guys wrong. Like I kind of just look at it that way, like I just want to prove everyone wrong, and I want to prove everyone that thinks I can do it, I want to prove them right, and people that think I can't do it, prove them wrong. I kind of That's what I look at it like, and that's kind of just how another thing that's pushed me. Like I want to get to where I can prove everyone wrong. That's prove me that I can't do stuff, and that's kind of just how I look at it. And yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for from Venice Beach High School pitcher and baseball phenomenon, baseball sensation, Austin Woodbury. Brother, please, one more time, giving your Press Sports profile, your username, and to all the fans out there, please be sure to check out his highlights on the Press Sports apps and follow his journey by fanning him up.
Press Sports is Woodbury.Austin99. Instagram is Woodbury_Austin99, and also Austin99 with the N in Austin and the N in 90. And same way with my Twitter, Austin99 with the N in Austin is the N in 90. And that's my socials.
Yes, sir. Hey, Austin, it was a great time chatting with you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. On behalf of Press Sports, take care, stay blessed, and we out.
Zero.